this is Dr. Kevin Polk, the Matrix Guy. The Matrix is a diagram for engaging people in a conversation about increasing psychological flexibility. Down here, we talk about who and what's important to someone. Over here, we talk about the stuff that shows up on the inside of us that can get in the way of moving toward who and what's important. So that's stuff like fear. Up here are behaviors and sensations, but the behaviors would be the ones that we do to move away from the stuff showing up on the inside. And the behaviors over here are the ones that we do to move toward who and what's important to us. This everything down here is inside the person, and the stuff up here is outside, and that includes the five senses. And so, I have a question that somebody has asked about it from Sherry. I had a question about the inside outside. So, we're talking about inside outside. We talked about anxiety and how it feels. The physical sensations are technically inside. So, there we go. So, it's inside, but not mental experiences, heart pounding, autonomic stuff like that. I was thinking another way to make that in-out discrimination would have to do with what some ACT people call mind-E. That's spelled M-I-N-D-Y, mindy. What do you think? Well, what I think is that in the very next webinar that I'm going to do, and this is being recorded on 12/12/12, and I have one coming up next week, I think on 12/18, and I'll get into sorting. And so what I would have somebody do is sort the experience of anxiety. So for example, somebody might say, no, well, I have anxiety. Well, probably part of that anxiety might be I think about bad things that might happen in the future. Well, I say, well, where does thinking about bad things that happen in the future, where would that be? Inside, outside. Sometimes we call this mind. A lot of people, not everybody, but most people would then sort the anxiety down here. And I would ask, well, where would you sort that kind of thinking, worried about the future kind of thinking? Would it be toward or would it be away? I know from experience that a lot of people would put it over here, and so they might write something like anxiety thinking, something like that. So it would get sorted there, and then the person might say, oh, but I also get short of breath and heart pounding and stuff like that, and that's like sensations. I go, right, where would you put that? And they say, well, it would be up here. And I say, well, is that so? Those are behaviors up there, and would they be toward or away? Where would you put them? And they might even say, well, I'm not sure. And I'd say, great. So on this line right here, given it's outside, where might you put them right on that line? Like, where would you put heart pounding? And say, well, I've actually done this before, and I've had people sorted about there. It's like, cool, so that's where heart pounding goes. Where would you put shortness of breath? Well, I think that's higher up. Okay, great, put that there. Boom, we're done. And that's another example of sorting, and I just have the person take the experience of anxiety, of which we all have, and sort it and sort it into the mental aspects of it. And by the way, there can be perfectly good toward aspects of anxiety, anticipating bad things and this and that, and you can get it over there as well. And you could even get the heart pounding and thumping. Any can be sorted over here or over there. Anything can be sorted anywhere. The idea is to do the sorting for me, you, anyone, to back off of the diagram, and it goes like this: notice and sort. And that's what it looks like. Notice or noticing, let's put an ing on it, noticing and sorting It's the sorting that's important. It's not the accuracy of where the thoughts go or where the feeling goes, where the heart pounding goes or anything. It's the sorting that's important. So hopefully that helps out with your question. Bye bye now.